All right, ready?
No.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today, it is June 16th. It's 11:07, and I am just stuffy as all hell.
Why?
Because I had a sneeze attack right before I left my apartment.
That's allergies?
It happens just all the time. It happens a lot when I wake up.
The sneeze got stuck in your nose?
No, I sneezed like 10 times, and then you just get super congested.
I feel like when I sneeze, it gets it all out.
Same.
No, it's the opposite. It brings everything up. When you sneeze 10 times, there's shit coming out of the woodworks that you didn't even know was there.
Yeah, you don't sound well.
He'll go away.
I can't stop going back
fine.
to that fact, the 187th of a sneeze is an orgasm. I think about it all the time, especially when I see my wife sneezing a bunch. I'm like, this pollen's going to make her come and I can't.
Yeah, well, hairball 10/87ths of an orgasm today. I mean, we're starting to get into a little pre-nut, pre-cum dribble there.
Absolutely.
You got something to show for that, for sure.
Absolute.
You check the inside of those pants?
No, I didn't.
Cock's all stuffed up.
Yeah.
Sorry, my cock's super stuffed up today.
Oh.
Backed up cock. I wish the jizz just laid in your shaft like traffic in a tunnel, as opposed to in your nuts waiting to get expelled like a rocket in a chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
I wish it was right at the tip of my dick.
At all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I get what you mean by that.
Like a hose that you're just like have your thumb on that you could just take the top off.
Yeah.
That's pretty much pissing,
Yeah.
right? You just drink water. And like I piss, like my turnaround time on piss is like if I drink water, like 10 minutes later I have to pee.
Yeah.
Just right through.
Caffeine gets it out of me. People always give caffeine credit for making it come out number 2. It'll hit number 1 for me, and with force.
Someone told me that caffeine is a diuretic, and the operative root there is uretic, which is urine.
Yeah.
So that it is supposed to make you pee, but it always makes me...
Shit.
Yeah.
Does it make you direct?
Direct.
Hope all my boys direct.
Is when you get a boner on the toilet?
That's how Johnny Cash went out, or Elvis.
Yeah.
One of them died direct.
I had diarrhea this weekend for the first time, like a real one.
Nice.
Awful. Terrible.
You don't sound like you're going through a good period of your life right now.
No, I actually feel great. I slept amazing.
I'm happy to hear that.
It seems like your body's just trying to get it all out.
Or it's trying to just expel all of the
toxins. Yeah, you're going through a detox period.
Well, I'm doing a 7-day fast right now.
7-day fast.
I'm on day 6.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you guys since Monday.
What is it that you're allowed to have?
Just bone broth.
So this shitty, but you're also super energetic.
Yeah, just bone broth and sertraline.
What the fuck is sertraline?
Zoloft. I usually just crush it up and throw it in the broth.
Just stir it into the broth like an MSG.
I was bitten by a tick yesterday.
Worst. That's actually really not bad.
I pulled it off of me, and it had gotten me. It wasn't just crawling on me.
It was big.
Yeah.
It was fat.
Huh?
Fat?
No, it wasn't engorged.
Like not like a dog tick?
No, it was. It was a deer tick. I checked on Google.
No, I mean like when a dog gets a tick.
Oh, right.
And they're fucking...
It's hanging on like a water balloon.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Turn into marbles.
Disgusting.
How do you know you don't have Lyme disease? I'd be bugging out right now.
Pun intended. I did a ton of research and spoke to some medical people. And basically, I think if you find the tick within 24 hours, it takes 36 to 48 hours, they think, for deer ticks to transmit the bacteria that is Lyme into you.
Do they all have it?
You're talking to a survivor right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
You had Lyme?
Yeah.
That explains so much. It stays with you forever.
Okay, stays with you.
Right?
Yeah, I have Lyme.
You have it.
Yeah.
You are
a carrier
forever.
Yeah.
Suffering
Lyme.
the regenerative sort of circular effects of your Lyme disease.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel bad that I've ever given you a hard time.
I know.
Because I know it makes... What are the main components of it? It makes you sleepy?
There are 1,000
Sleepy,
symptoms of Lyme disease.
sick,
You could blame anything
dumb,
on Lyme disease.
foolish, pain. People often, like, I remember one of my friends thought he broke his collarbone and then he found out he had Lyme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What?
He straight up
Yeah.
was walking around in like a sling for like weeks.
Screen latency, constantly not happy with the speed of your Wi-Fi. These are all Lyme disease symptoms.
Oh, no.
And it's relentless.
I had Lyme when I was really young. I think I got bit on my balls, if we're being fully honest.
Why?
Because I'm like, nah, I'm just pretty sure that's where it was.
How
You
did
think
it
that's
get
why-
there?
Did they start sagging then?
Yeah.
Your balls dropped at what? At a much younger age.
Yeah. From Lyme.
Just send them straight down to the basement.
Yeah.
Huh?
Around 2.
Yeah.
How did the tick get there? Where were
How
you?
does a tick get anywhere?
But I mean, if I could see it getting on your
Crawls.
ankle, if it brushes up against you, like the tick.
I'm sure I was a child. I'm
you were
sure
just
I was-
dragging your nuts through a
No,
bramble.
I'm sure I was walking out in like the woods or something. I don't know about you guys. I know you boys grew up in like the city slickers. I was
you,
like out
Adam?
in the woods a lot. I was out in the woods a lot as a child.
Naked?
Yeah.
Just weaving fucking undergarments out of whatever branches you could find. Like you
Yeah.
were on Naked and Afraid.
Playing the lute for a centaur in the backyard?
I
doing
know,
a
I know you
prance.
guys grew up on Bravo TV. Kind of just, parents would just place you in front of the TV.
Wrong.
Just
Wrong.
rot here until I'm back from work.
Bravo wasn't even a network then, brother.
Me, I was kind of out running around.
I was
getting
building
my dick
forts.
sucked by ticks.
Jesus Christ.
It's the only thing that could fit in their mouth.
Me and my buddy Jeff had something called the Hacking Club. And what would you'd probably think, Hairball, that was some sort of like
Mainframe type.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly. But no, we would
No, I
whittle
would think,
down.
chopping lumber.
We'd whittle down sharp sticks, and then we'd go to dead trees and hack holes in them and try to get them to fall, and then we'd yell timber.
Nice. Did you ever get any of them to fall?
Yeah, we did.
Just by punching it?
Yeah, they were beat to hell. I mean,
Yeah.
some of them were those, half trees that were basically just stumps, but they were really good for birds to build nests in.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we would push them over, we'd watch as the birds would be like, "Oh no, there goes our home."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They must have been furious. What
It's-
kind of birds are we talking?
Mostly I would say like woodpeckers, probably.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but also like some that had that sort of Native American tint.
See, you guys act like you're outdoorsmen. I'm a bird watcher. I'm a whole ass fucking
You don't know shit about birds.
what? Oh, you don't think I know about the
You said-
cry of the warbler?
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, that's the yellow warbler, dumbass.
Canada, 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 Canada.
Yeah, the yellow
Yeah.
warbler.
I'm not familiar.
Exactly.
The warbler?
We were talking like you were outside. You weren't outside.
Seagulls. We just had seagulls where I was from.
Probably
Gulls.
had pigeons. Fucking
Imagine
city
like
slicker.
seagulls just in the woods.
Dumb as fuck. Just like flying like clumsily into a branch.
Crows.
You ever get anything eaten by a seagull when you were a kid? Like
Yeah,
food?
they'd come to the beach. They'd eat your whole sandwich. If you weren't, they were huge. Our gulls in Maine. See, we didn't call them seagulls because we were all near
You
the
called
sea.
them gulls, yeah.
We just called them gulls.
Yeah.
People knew.
It's redundant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I had a seagull eat like a hot dog straight out of my hand. I cried.
Slurps it down in one
Yeah.
gulp. Like a pelican.
Yeah, because they'll just go up to kids because they know that kids are dumb.
In
Yeah.
a week.
They'll just go and land on top of them, eat the food, bounce.
Shit on them.
Yeah.
Establish complete dominance. Piss off the sunburnt dad.
There's
Seagulls don't really bother me. I think crows are gross.
Crows are brutal with what the sound that they make.
Yeah.
That's man. We used to wake me up in the morning in the summer outside my window. Just
Yeah.
And they're doing it on purpose. They're like, come get him, come get Francis.
wanted to poison the tree branches around.
Yeah, I don't fuck with crows. I don't
What
fuck
about
with
grackles?
pigeons. Grackles.
Grackles
on
are
site.
basically diet crows.
Really?
Yeah, they look
I don't
like
know if
crows.
I'm familiar with the grackle.
Really?
Yeah.
They're basically crows.
I
But
know-
like that, they're not as smart. They don't have as mischievous of ways.
There's something about a crow that is interesting as a fact.
Is a bat a bird? No. How?
It's a mammal, I think.
It's not. Is it an insect? No, it's not an insect.
Definitely not an insect.
Is
I'm
it an
gonna go out and say
arachnid?
that.
Arachnid? No, it's not.
It could be part spider.
What are we talking about here?
I think
with bats?
I think it's a mammal.
The flying mammal.
Flying mammal.
Order of the Chiroptetra.
You're telling me it's not a bug?
The only mammals capable of true and sustained flight.
Wow, that's
Only mammal
interesting.
maybe say it.
No, you go ahead.
Outside of humans, of course. Ever heard of the Boeing?
Only mammal capable of sustained flight. With their ball sack wings.
I know. Nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty
Veiny,
ass ball sack wings.
sleeping upside down.
Did you know that when cats fall from like high surfaces, they'll expand their legs and use like their fat of their body to slow them down as they're falling?
Like wingsuits.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I think it's cool that
I think
they-
it's an ever so slight difference.
I think it's cool that you can throw a cat out your window and it'll be fine.
100%.
I loved doing that.
Yeah.
And
Cats
people
are
wonder why
tossing
cats are like grumpy as fuck.
Yeah, well,
Because they're just getting tossed around.
gotta
Yeah,
keep
they're
them
just
sharp.
getting bodied.
Yeah.
They're just getting bodied by humankind. I still don't get the fucking kneading thing that they do. That cats do. You ever see
Baking
cats
bread?
go up to see someone and bake bread? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something with I think it's something with how they were fed.
Does that make?
Or something with their mother.
Does that feel good for them? Or are they trying to do it to be nice? Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Are they stimming?
Yeah, probably.
They're just basically stimming. They
I
just
think
have
that's pretty much what
RLS
it
and they're
is,
just
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
wrecking their mom. Yeah, you boys don't fucking bird watch like I do.
I don't hate cats.
I
just
get
don't like
a
them.
ton of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have them in the city. They have a lot of, I mean, Central Park has.
I probably get way more birds than you. I get birds landing on my window. And then
Yeah.
I shoot them with a BB gun.
You get gulls, maybe.
No gulls.
You get pigeons.
I get pigeons. But I get I've seen a hummingbird.
In your apartment?
Yeah.
No way.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't believe that.
It flew in and landed on my my hand when I was playing video games.
That's how you knew you were the chosen
And
one,
then I said, "Be gone now."
as you were. Hummingbirds are closer to bugs than bats are.
Oh, absolutely.
Hummingbirds are
Yeah.
barely birds.
Yeah.
I love a hummingbird though, ruby-throated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you sound
birds don't
like
really
a
do it
bird
for me.
watcher.
I know some birds.
Like I like a bird, like I like a big bird. I need a big bird. You know?
Albatross.
Like the yellow one. No, I need
A large anthropomorphic bird.
Who could teach me
I
to
need
read?
a human-sized bird. No, I like a good
Flamingo.
like
Emu?
bald eagle.
Egret? What about like an ostrich?
Hell no.
No?
Nasty.
Those are your big birds. You want to talk
Yeah,
about big birds?
That's the
well,
biggest.
Is it the biggest?
Yeah. They buy a lot.
Are,
And it's
are
not very
ostriches the
close.
largest birds? They
Yes.
probably are, but I do want to know that for sure.
1000% is.
Yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have not the longest wingspan though.
Largest. They are the largest.
Largest by poundage.
What would be bigger than an ostrich?
I just...
9 feet, 350 pounds.
9 foot, 350 pound bird. Holy smokes.
That's like a fucking offensive lineman.
Yeah, dude.
Minus plus 3 feet of height.
Well, it's like Jason Pierre-Paul, because they don't have arms, you know,
Oh,
Those
yeah,
stubs
yeah.
to block with their shoulders,
Will
and their
Campbell,
torso.
LSU,
Yeah,
new Patriot,
yeah.
Yeah,
short
but-
arms.
But he's like 6'4" though.
They say he has T-Rex arms.
He's 3 feet shorter than a fucking ostrich.
Well, they say he has T-Rex arms, which is a little concerning considering he was our first round pick.
He'll be fine. Yeah, worst comes to worst, you move him into guard.
I don't care if he's fine. I want him to be good.
But you move him into guard if he doesn't work out. You know what I realized?
I'm honestly, as we're getting closer to the season, I'm starting to think Patriots Super Bowl.
I could see it. I'd be
It
so
seems
happy for
possible, doesn't it?
you. But I'm worried that the Kyle Williams isn't going to get a lot of burn this year.
Oh, I think he will.
He will?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I realized is there's nothing that all three of us like.
No. I really isn't.
I mean,
Two of us like a lot of stuff.
We all
Yeah.
like weed. I would say that we're
Not
all
me.
big weed people.
Hate it. Do you, Francis, have you been playing Halo at all?
I don't have any way to do that, and I'd like to. Can you get me a system?
No, you can get yourself a system.
How? What do you mean? You like work at Best Buy? Can
You're
you
like an arms
I can
dealer
talk
of
to my
PlayStations.
go to yeah.
I have a.
He's like a war dog of.
I have like a rep, like season ticket holders at Best Buy.
Can't you assemble some of the parts from your weird scrap yard that you have in the corner of your apartment? And put
Let me call my
together
guy.
He's VIP at Best Buy.
together an Xbox for me.
Let me call my Best Buy preferred host.
His preferred host is taking him down to the Patriots game just because you spend so much money. They want to keep you.
I
They
say
want to keep
you
you
and
happy.
I nextround.com challenge. It's Halo 3 Guardian first to however many kills.
Let's do that on Monday. Let's do that on Monday the 23rd. Does that work for both of you?
Is that next week?
Yes.
No,
You're
we're going to the Ryder Cup.
On Monday?
Yeah.
Not on Monday.
We got to. I think
whole
we're
week.
filming on Tuesday
Yeah.
morning. I'm gonna
Golly.
bring my console out.
What
there
about
so I can
Friday?
do-
What
I guess
about
I
on
could-
Friday
I could
this
do it
week?
there.
Oh, no, Friday doesn't work.
Friday this week I can't do.
No.
God damn it.
Airball, I told him to come up upstate with me so that we can drive to the Ryder Cup together. I want him to get at least a day on the range before we head into the golf tournament.
I'm
So
gonna
he
go
can
to the range this week.
perfect his swing, and I figure we could double dip there and do a little fly fishing and spend a couple hours in the car together. So
Yeah.
for me, it's a triple play
We'll see.
of hairball sort of bonding.
We're not locked into anything yet.
I'll get an Xbox.
Yeah, as like a little bait car.
Yeah, knowing
like as
that
a
you're on your
little
way.
bait.
Well,
That's
you
a
don't have to
fishing
get an
term.
Xbox. Like I have a console and a PC.
You have an extra?
No, actually, I guess I forgot you can't play Halo on PlayStation.
It's like when the dad gets divorced and then makes his new house like it has a bunch of like bait toys to try and get the kid to come over, like a
Yeah.
Papa Shot and like some action figures. And
Oh,
shit.
what's that? A Mike and Ike dispenser that doesn't require quarters?
We're gonna have to
What's
figure
your
out.
favorite? All reds?
We're gonna have to figure out the logistics for our Halo 1v1 because I don't know what Halo 3. Like I don't know what the go-to Halo is right now.
We're gonna play Halo 3.
All right, we can play Halo 3, but can you get that on Xbox?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
You have no idea what you're talking
I know
about.
for sure. Someone messaged me and said that you didn't know what you were talking about because that's a classic game and that a lot of the newer Halos have not even come close to being as good. By the way, Halo 1, there's a map that
Yeah.
with that weird sort of stone overpass
Yeah.
and then the two sort of bases on either side with the creek running through the middle. That is the most iconic. There's rocket launchers. That's the best map ever, probably.
On Halo?
Of all the Halos.
I don't know. I didn't play a lot.
Yeah,
of
you were
Halo.
in diapers, bro. Well, he was fucking grinding
Yeah.
maps.
On Halo 1, what did you play that on?
That would have been on an Xbox. Just the first Xbox ever. That game was unbelievable, dude.
Halo 1?
Halo 1.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. In 1990. Would you
On
have to print
Atari.
it out? Did you have to print
Dude,
out the game?
I go so far back with games. I'll never forget
Just in a
playing.
sketchbook next to a
Yeah, you
Sudoku.
gotta flip the pages really fast.
It's just a maze.
Kill
Mazes were the first video game,
Yeah.
honestly. Like a maze is basically the same part of your brain that gets like going through a
It has
Teenage
closed
Mutant Ninja
captions.
Turtles game.
It has closed captions for you to read out
It's just
loud.
like Charlie Chaplin like running up like bang.
triple kill.
You guys good? You done with that?
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, that was. a
You
good
do the
one.
voice.
No, you got it.
No,
Yours-
2-1.
yours
You
was
definitely
better.
have. You definitely can do it.
I can do it, but I don't want
Triple
to. Triple
kill.
Yeah.
Do one.
I don't remember them all.
Just say any of them.
Well, you've already covered.
You can say double kill, triple kill,
What's-
overkill.
What are some of the ones after Kilimanjaro?
I don't know. Killington, or Killionaire. Killionaire's
Is
one.
that really?
Yeah, Killionaire's one. Killionaire.
Yes, you got it. I'm not competing with that. I'm really self-conscious about my Halo kill voice.
Have you ever seen the dude that does them? The
Yeah.
original guy?
Yeah.
He just goes on podcasts just to do the voice.
It's cool.
I would have him on for sure. I would honestly hire him full time.
Yeah,
Just
we
get him
should
to
put him.
chime in every now and then.
Dave, we got a guy.
Yeah.
We have like a really good guy. He's a
Killionaire.
lunatic.
That's the tick bite right there. You see that?
What the hell?
No.
Right on your oblique? Right above your oblique vein?
Imagine if that's what the bottom of your stomach looked like. Like that was the fold.
Yeah, that's so fucking infuriating.
Mine's hanging below my zipper right now.
I got a full fupa.
They said that I need to
Circle it with a pen.
no, that if I have Lyme, it will create a bullseye pattern, a distinctive bullseye pattern around the bite, and that as I extracted the tick, I should go in with tweezers to make sure that every part of the mouth had been pulled out of my stomach. That if I left any remnants of the head of the tick inside me, that was really bad.
Was it a deer tick?
Yeah.
It was a deer tick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or as
wow.
they're also known, black-legged ticks.
Wow.
The female tends to have a more brown torso. It's got this like thorax, I guess maybe you'd call it. A lighter brown, whereas the males have more of like a stripy, darker pattern on their backs.
I would go in with the knife and kind of just dig out that entire area and just take the chunk of skin out.
I needed someone
Just like
else
at least an inch or so.
An inch
do
in.
that. I needed someone else there. It's very hard to perform surgery on yourself.
Dude, having to use tweezers and pull something out of your foot or like any part of your body, I guess, is like one of the worst things.
I honestly have to put on 127 hours to psych myself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I one time got glass stuck in like my just like a random part of my foot, tiny, like microscopic.
Oh, the worst.
And it took me, I want to say it was 3 hours straight of like me like this in my bed with a flashlight and the tweezer trying to find the glass piece, because it would like, you'd be like, I must have got it, I can't find it, and then you would stand up and you'd be like, oh, the second you stepped.
The worst.
Yeah.
You almost resolve yourself to being like, well, at some point my body will grow out.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be miserable for the next month and a half.
Yeah.
But digging around in your skin to try to get it out, like
Dig it out.
But
digging
also
is
getting
nasty.
it. Like I got it. I ended up getting it.
That's a
And I
great
remember it was
feeling.
the most like relief. Like I remember just getting the piece of glass.
That's like in Blood Diamond when the guy finds the $4 million
flicking
pink
it onto
diamond.
the carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be fun in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Save this for later. Step on it again.
gift that keeps giving. Damn, that's so fucking painful. I hope it's not Lyme.
I didn't know it was a straight up deer tick.
Yeah, man.
Now I understand why you're freaking out about it.
You know, they say that the Northeast is like the place where there's the highest concentration of Lyme-infected deer ticks in the country.
I could see that.
That's our tornadoes.
Yeah.
I feel like the Northeast has worse like bugs than like the woods of the Northeast. I feel like has worse bugs than like the West.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
they have like scorpions
True.
and like more
Snakes.
cockroaches
True,
out there.
yeah.
Man, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty disconcerting. Like I've found ticks. I found a couple ticks this weekend. One was on me, or one was in my car somehow.
What were you hiking? What were you doing outside? What was
Just
your?
out, I went for a hike and
nice.
played some golf. Lost a few balls in the long grass. Shouldn't have gone in. Went in. Found other balls that weren't even mine. Pretended they were my own. Carried on. Lost the whole.
I bet
Any
it's
good ones? Any Pro V1s?
Yeah, I played TaylorMates though. TP5s.
Same.
oh, the
TP5Xs,
best, the fucking best.
Tour
Oh my
distance,
god.
The stripe, love that.
I think golf balls were my first gear obsession. Like going to like get like a new even just a 3-pack.
Dude, do you remember?
You're like, I don't even want to open these.
Do you remember when Tiger Woods had the Nike golf ball?
No.
And it was the shiny green pack, like the TW something or other, and they were so expensive.
They would fly. Oh my god, I remember they would fly.
Those were awesome. Yeah.
It honestly looked like the sky over Tel Aviv whenever
Yeah.
when Sass got to hitting the Tiger Woods balls.
Yeah, no,
It was just a dude in Lebanon playing his saxophone in front of it.
yeah. When we played high school golf, we would get a pack with the team name on them.
Oh, that's awesome.
logo.
You did go to a wealthy high school.
It was like a small pack of you'd lose them within the first round.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would always try to save one of them.
It must have been so easy to cheat in high school golf.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't really cheat. The problem was the cheating within the team. It was the cheating within the team in practice that would piss me off, because I would get like a worse spot on the roster because only 8 people would play on varsity and 6 people would get their scores counted.
But wouldn't
So I would be like, I should have, like, there were times where I should have been 6th and I would be 7th because the person in front of me would be like,
yeah.
I mean, somehow they would par the last 6 holes every time, even though they triple bogeyed the first 3.
Well, you're fucked, Francis, because, and you were talking about this on the chat, BCC chat that we had going, that you're fucked because you're not going to ever cheat yourself. You're so honorable that a sandbagger will always smoke you because you'll never stoop to their level. You want to beat them fair and square, and it's a fucking rigged game.
Yeah, my handicap is the worst place to be in imaginable. And I think Riggs and Frankie were discussing this about like what's the worst handicap to have if. So basically, like right now I think I'm a 5.3, and it's just good enough where it's good enough where, you know, people will, I want to play matches and play money matches and things like that, but higher handicaps will beat the pants off of me because they get a bunch of strokes. And then people on the internet, if I don't play well, think that I'm a gigantic liar and have a vanity handicap. So I've lost worst of both worlds, I would say.
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like 8's a nice sweet spot to be at.
8 to 10, yeah.
8 to 10 is
8 to
really
10's a
nice.
good spot. High single digit, that's a good spot to be in.
I mean, they're dragging Riggs online. Have you seen the compilations of Riggs' shot?
Crazy.
What is Riggs' handicap?
4.
4?
4 and change. And they're
You buying
saying,
Look,
Is he
Frankie,
sandbagging?
Frankie,
no, he's vanity. If
Frankie
he's the
vanity.
went to
opposite.
Yeah.
Pebble Beach with Riggs, and Riggs shot like in the 70s at Pebble Beach.
No cameras.
No cameras.
cameras.
Yeah, but
No cameras.
Frankie
No
attested
phones.
it.
They had yonder bags.
Frankie attested it, and if I know Frankie wouldn't lie about that. So if that's true,
And Frankie, he said
What
this
if there
from a
was a
Zoom
deal-
at Riggs Cottage.
Yeah. What if there was a deal made? What if he was
there's
like,
no benefit. There's no benefit. And here's the thing.
benefit right now.
Yeah,
There's
the
I
benefit
know
story's
right
being
now.
told. The
I've
oral
spoken
tradition.
to Riggs, and I know that he has, in his backswing on his driver, he has that moment where all of the internet voices and the hate and the doubt and the accusations just instantly, as he's bringing his driver back, flood his brain, which causes him to fuck up. And I get that. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it's 90% mental.
Yeah.
well, it is, but I mean, look,
95.
playing on camera is very different from playing just with your buddies, which is very different from playing for money or playing in a tournament. Getting spam calls, golly.
You have to answer. It's probably Riggs doing damage control.
I know.
I heard you're talking shit. Ask Frankie.
No, I do trust that Riggs, based on putting his scores in correctly, is a 4 handicap. The problem is, that you just don't always play to that, and playing on camera is a very different set of stress and kind of circumstances. I don't know. I'm a 5.3. We played Oakmont from the championship tees. Very difficult.
And what did you
course.
hit?
I shot 91.
And what did he hit?
I think he shot 106. And that's what got so much press. Like non-Barstool accounts were like posting in huge golf accounts.
It was like randomly coming up on my shit, and they'd be like 26,000 likes.
It was crazy.
I shot a
dude.
106 on my freshman tryout, and I didn't make the team.
Yeah, but
And they cut a 4 handicap for the freshman team.
106. I mean, I played well. Like that, people were like, "Whoa, Francis!"
What's par there? 72?
71? They put the pins in the Sunday positions in the most difficult spots, I think. I had a 9 on a par 5. I mean, it was a nightmare. It was really hard.
Yeah.
But I was actually pleased with my 91. And
That fescue there is fucking
getting
rough,
off the
though.
tee is hard. Like a par 4 at Oakmont in championship conditions, from their tees, the carry to the fairway is like 260 yards.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. It's crazy.
Well, Riggs is just fucked because he plays so much that he's going to have a low handicap. Like, he needs to justify playing so much. If he had a high handicap, like, could be, it's better for him to have a vanity handicap than to be sandbagging because he's not in that many situations.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think he's just in a tough spot, but I will say credit to Riggs.
Well, he's rich. He's rich as fuck.
He doesn't tell them to edit footage incorrectly. He puts it all out there. And I have seen him play really well. And people need to remember that when you're calculating a handicap, it takes, I think, your 8 best scores of your last 20, drops the worst 12, and takes maybe the average of those or something like that. So you're not expected to shoot your handicap every time you play.
No.
You're supposed to shoot it like once out of every 4 times or something like that.
Yeah. I would say, I don't know. Do you know what the like format is for the Ryder Cup?
The Ryder Cup, yeah. We're gonna do. It's gonna be teams of 2 on the first day. I think it's scramble for the first match, and then it's gonna be teams of 2, alternate shot, and then there's a third thing similar to like that, maybe on the morning of Thursday, and then or maybe Thursday's all singles. The best 4 guys from each team.
Are you guys on the same team, or you don't know yet?
I don't know.
I'd love to play with you.
I would like to be on the same team, but I haven't heard anything.
Well, they're gonna do like a draft on the first night.
Yeah.
So,
and who are the captains?
my guess would be last year it was Dave and Big Cat. I could see it being Dave and Kirk this year because it worked out that Kirk and Dave were on different teams, and that usually leads to the best sort of conflict.
That makes sense.
I'm hoping Kirk comes. Fuck, I don't even know if he's
he
coming.
said he is.
He said he's coming?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
He said on unnamed as long as they get him his golf clubs in time.
All right.
Which reminds me, I haven't gotten my clubs yet.
Yeah, I don't have clubs.
You don't have clubs?
Not with me.
I mean, I have an extra set you can play with.
Taylor Made will send you some.
I have some Taylor
Blades?
No, they're not blades.
I only play with blades.
Okay, well. They're like close, but they're not fully blades. You can play
I'm not playing with anything less than blades.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Blades are like the hardest golf clubs to hit. Pros
He's a
play with
gearhead.
blades. There's no forgiveness at all.
He doesn't want
It's
forgiveness.
like trying to hit the golf club with a pencil.
He's the most pure.
It's fucking insane.
Tell Dave I want a set of blades. Taylor made.
Tailor-made blades. You know, we had the opportunity to reach out. They said if you need any clubs, let us know.
Yeah, I think they got me some.
If Riggs, Riggs could probably get you some if we delete the segment that we had earlier.
I didn't say anything bad about Riggs, and I have nothing but respect for him.
You were kikiing into your mic about his 28 over on fucking.
Well, 106 it's not. I think he would even admit it's not the greatest down the course.
That's a fever. Yeah, you got to go to the hospital with the 106.
Yeah, go to the doctor after, get checked out.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's easy for me to say. I don't play any golf.
No, I would probably shoot a 130
Oakmont
or a 105.
It was crazy.
Yeah, he was swinging so hard, and it's just spraying all over the place.
There was one guy under par in the whole tournament, and he made a 65-foot putt on 18 to end up under par. Otherwise, he would have won it even.
Yeah,
that's for the pros. I mean, the winning score at the Masters is usually like 12 to 15 under.
That's Pennsylvania golf for you, though.
that's just PA. That's just PA.
PA is tough as hell.
Yeah,
Oakmont's really hard.
What'd you guys do while you were in Pittsburgh for Oakmont?
We played it.
But I'm saying, did you do anything in the town? Did you go and see beautiful Pittsburgh?
I just went out to dinner by myself. Sat at the bar.
Where'd you go?
Some place called Meat and Potatoes. I'm not even kidding you.
That's such a fucking Pittsburgh
It was like the
That's probably their
nicest
best restaurant.
It was the nicest restaurant around.
I mean, it falls into two of my criteria for finding a good restaurant in a different city. One of them is word, and the other one is having like some type of like basic food item in the name.
Yeah.
Like salt and pig or something like that. That would be like if I'm going to a city and there's something called Salt and Pig, I'm going.
I ordered the pork chop and they brought it out and it was the size of like a log cabin.
Oh, they seasoned it. Was it nice? Was it
juicy?
juicy?
It was awesome. It was so good, but it was truly like that thick to the point where you had to cut through it it was amazing, but it was so much meat, so much weight.
Yeah, that feels like something I would have one bite of and be like, I'm fucking stuffed.
Yeah.
Not a meat and potatoes. What was the ambiance like?
Tavern-esque.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Love a tavern.
That sounds
Solid.
so fucking nice.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Love me a good tavern.
I had
too.
some IPAs this weekend.
Oh,
Insane idea. I don't know.
what was the ABV looking like? 90.
12.
Let me get one of those. Can I get one of those?
These waters,
Yeah, one of those wooders.
they're old
All good.
but unopened.
Uncracked.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
So they're extremely room temperature.
What kind of IPAs? Where'd you have them from?
I
What
got,
were they?
Evil Twin Brewing
Yeah,
Company.
yeah.
I went over there and grabbed some. I had some friends in town.
Nice.
But just getting woken up like in the middle of the night with just poop knocking on my asshole.
Yeah.
Just like desperate, just like waking up having to poop is one of the nasty side effects.
Yeah, that's tough.
I
It
can't
sounds like it was
believe.
a tough bowel weekend.
Yeah, it was a tough bout weekend.
We
around.
all had a tough weekend.
Well, it's
with
because
the
of those damn
bowels.
tacos you made.
Well, that set things off, and then I drank a lot of tequila, and that I don't know. That just runs rampage through my gut.
Really?
Yeah,
What kind of tequila are we talking? No, it was something
Blanco,
nice.
just Blanco.
Yeah, but what kind? What brand?
I mean Casamigos, I think.
Didn't they say that it's not actually tequila?
They said that it's got a lot of sugar in it and sort of artificial flavors, and that it's not like truly from the agave or something like that.
That's probably why That's probably why it goes through you.
I don't know how true that is. I think that's just because people want to see George Clooney fail, and not me personally.
They're coming at the Clune man for this.
The Cloon dog.
No,
That's sickening.
I know. Leave
I-
our heroes alone.
I always thought of you
Clooney's
more
are
as
nothing.
a small batch guy, though.
Clooney?
No, of you as your tequila preference.
I'm not a huge tequila guy, to be honest with you. I drink it when I'm trying to get drunk because it means that it's the least. I guess it has the least
Calories.
long-term effect for me.
Tequila?
Yeah,
Like
my hangovers from tequila and my
That's like a real thing though, right? That hangovers are not as bad with tequila.
they say that. They say that it's the. I've heard all kinds of stuff.
I don't
Who knows how
drink,
fucking
so.
true it is? I've heard that tequila is the one upper alcohol, and all the rest are
I have heard
downers.
that.
You just get in one quick fight.
Tequila.
You just get in a brawl quickly, and then it just goes away. There's a nice producer called Mi Gente, all women. I really think you'd enjoy it. Nice, clean, small batch.
Good tequila.
Oh my God, Mi Gente.
Great tequila.
Exclusively women.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta try it.
I like the Clase Azul. That's really nice stuff. I wonder if people know any really good tequila recommendations. If you guys know any really, really excellent small batch, kind of limited production tequila that's not like, $400 a bottle or something,
I've been making some
tell us.
I love the Chiquitita.
just on my balcony.
In your bathtub?
Yeah. Some bread.
Bathtub tequila.
Yeah.
You have a cactus in there
Yeah.
marinating.
Bozal is another one that I really like. A mezcal.
Oh yeah.
I hate mezcal.
I'm not a huge
hate it?
mezcal guy.
I only had
either.
mezcal
What?
once ever, and it was with Roan. It was in Minnesota.
I can only
You
drink
can't have mezcal in Minnesota.
I can only drink mezcal if it's bathed in lime juice and simple syrup. In other words,
I just
a
remember.
margarita.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I just remember I wanted a Moscow Mule, and all they had was a mezcal mule, and I was like, I guess I'll just try this, and I'd had it, and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever had.
Dude,
Nasty.
people always try to tell me that, oh man, have you ever had a mezcal Negroni?
Oh,
I'm like, dude, I can't come within 100 yards of sipping that shit.
that sounds awful.
Give me my regular gin Negroni or death.
Ew.
I made a
Gin
bunch of-
Negroni sounds terrible.
That's
too.
a regular Negroni. A regular Negroni's made with gin.
Negronis are awful.
No.
Negronis are, dude. I remember being in Denver and Bo was going through like a Negroni phase.
Yeah.
and he was drinking them, and I had a sip of it, and I was like, this is disgusting, dude.
It tastes it's an acquired taste.
Now, people that drink Negronis, it's like clearly are working through something.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You're trying to silence the voices.
Those don't get me too hungover either, weirdly. I don't know why.
Negronis are like what you would think of as a medicine as a child.
Yes, exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
cartoon medicine
Yeah.
from a Christmas Story or something like that.
Or it's like what you would think all alcohol is as a child.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, it's
I'm not gonna
Negroni.
drink Negronis. Yeah, but I love them. And I love a mezcal Negroni, and I love a mezcal mule, sad to say.
If I could tolerate a mezcal mule, enough ginger ale. Guys, this podcast is brought to you by Chat BCC. The three of us are in a group chat on Chat BCC. It's an awesome sort of messaging service where you guys can join our group chat. It's as simple as that. You can comment, you can follow along, create side chats, ask us questions. We are interacting. Harry was sending some Halo highlights and busting my balls on there not too long ago. I send cooking recipes, and Roan sends workouts. Those are kind of the things we've been contributing.
I was talking about a little bit of Mark's letter to the Romans, recapping the Bible verses that I heard in church on Sunday. But I mean, you can get my Bible breakdowns exclusively on Chat BCC.
That's where they live. That's where they die. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Francis just said.
We'll have fun guest stars joining in too. Come join the chat. We promise it'll be a good time. We are actively using this. We like this product a lot, and it's a fun way to interact with you guys and kind of just have a little more low key of conversation as opposed to us angrily responding to...
Basically, we just took our group chat from... Sorry to interrupt. But
no,
we
that's
basically just took our group chat from our text and we just put it onto there.
Yeah. So go to boydad.chat. That'll prompt you to download the app and jump right in. boydad.chat. That's Chat BCC.
Guys, baseball is here, okay? Baseball is back, and there's nothing like getting out to a baseball game, especially last minute. Luckily for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. How about the Sox trading Devers? How pissed were you? Devastated. I know, I saw you drop to your knees like when Trump got inaugurated. You were fucking screaming at the sky. But it doesn't matter. Boston will field a good team, and you'll be able to get out to the game with Game Time. Pull up your chosen event, pull up the Game Time Picks setting, the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks dealers near you on your Game Time app homepage. I mean, those Red Sox tickets are going to be a little bit cheaper now and much cheaper with Game Time. Pretty good deals that they have over there. So what are you waiting for? Get the Red Sox tickets today with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BOYDAD for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
Alrighty, let's talk about Rocket Money. When it comes to spending, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind. That daily coffee habit, those streaming subscriptions, they add up fast without you even noticing. Rocket Money helps you spot those patterns so you can do something about them and keep more money in your pocket. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/boy today. That's rocketmoney.com/boy. rocketmoney.com/boy.
And can we talk about rocketmoney.com/boy?
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster at rocketmoney.com/boy.
Guys, let's take a second to talk about Vuori. I finally remembered the name of the pants that I bought that I love so much and wear all the time. It is the Baron pant.
Oh,
classic
so good.
fit. Big fan of the Baron pant. I wear a size 32 waist. I would say I'm probably more of a 33 usually. So they're stretchy. They're comfortable. They're versatile. They have that kind of like carpenter pant look with a little bit of a ruggedness to them, but they got that comfortability of a commuter pant that you can wear on a flight or on a bus or however you get to work. Big fan of the core short as well. Comes in 3 different inseam options.
They go so good on a bus.
Exactly. So however you want that to fall on your thigh, that's a good short for you, and especially for summer. So many of their shorts also double as great bathing suits. There's a great way to just rock Vuori because it's so versatile. It's the perfect thing to wear if you have no idea where your day is going. So right now you guys can go to vuori.com/boydad. That's vuori.com/boydad.
VUORI.
And you will get 20% off your first purchase. VUORI.com/boydad. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off of your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to Vuori.com/boydad and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
I really can't, like, it was actually surprising how little I could, like, I could tolerate hard alcohol, but like my interest in drinking when I could only drink hard alcohol just was like always at an all-time low. Like if it was like I'm gonna have like if I would go to like a restaurant and they didn't have like light beer and I would get like a cocktail, like a fucking old fashioned, one sip of it.
And you're disgusted?
And then I would just be like, I'm just not gonna drink.
Why would a restaurant, how many restaurants did you go to that had old fashions but no light beer?
There's a ton of restaurants in New York that don't have like Bud Light, Miller Lite.
But they'd have a Pilsner or something, right? Something drinkable. They'd probably have Stella.
I don't like Stella.
Oh, well.
Well, I don't drink, but I didn't like Stella. But you know.
What was that? I feel like you haven't really been going to like nice restaurants, Harry.
You feel like I have?
Have not.
No.
Have you been treating yourself to any nice restaurants?
No.
What was the last nice What was the last nice restaurant you went to?
I have no idea.
What about like good meal you had?
It's like the number one thing people say is worth living in New York for.
I don't really like the food in New York, if I'm being fully honest. It's all like too much. It's like I wasn't built to be eating food like that.
It's all too much?
Yeah. You can't just get like a shitty plain meal.
Yeah, you can.
It's like living in Vail and being like, I don't really like skiing, you know?
No, I mean, it's all just shit and slop. And it's like sometimes you just want food as fuel. You're like, I just want to be not hungry.
Yes.
You know? So it's like I don't need like fucking pad CU for lunch. You know? Like there's no reason for me like I grew up we would eat chicken every single night. Chicken breast, dry as a bone. Like it literally was like putting napkins in your mouth and eating.
I guarantee you can get chicken breast in New York.
No,
dude.
but I'm just saying, like that's what I was raised on, and now I'm like eating chicken tikka masala 4 nights a week. Like that's a normal thing for my body to be trying to digest.
Well, just go to a bodega and just be like, make me a chicken breast.
The bodega chicken.
You just said it's dry as a bone and tastes like a napkin.
Yeah, but at least you know it's like safe to eat. Like half the time I get anything like chicken related from a bodega, you take a bite into it and you're like, that's not chicken. You're like,
so
I don't know what that was.
You're not eating chicken.
Why is it snapping in my mouth?
You're not eating
Why is it
chicken
popping like bubble wrap in my mouth?
Foodborne pathogens, that's what you're afraid of?
Yeah, honestly.
I would
just
say
textures.
that chicken, I mean, the chicken is usually pretty safe the way people cook it, no?
I don't know.
I think so too. There has to be, and if there's not a good bodega, like there has to be another bodega 10 feet away that you could get fucking regular chicken from. Just have the guy make some fucking chicken for you. They have a flat top grill.
Yeah, I usually do like Naya or like something like that, and just have chicken and rice and like peppers or some shit, some sort of veggie. Fajitas.
Hey, just so you know the best way to solve for everything you've just described.
Just cooking myself.
Well, I would say go to Trader Joe's, get a big package of chicken breasts.
I will say I have been back on the rotisserie game.
I have this. Yeah, that's a good way to do
nice.
it.
Yeah,
I've got this rub that you can buy. It's called, I think, Mike's Magic Rub.
I think I have that.
It's awesome. Comes in the red tin.
Yeah,
it's great for salmon too.
Yeah,
but
it's for everything.
You just
I put that shit on everything.
cover a chicken breast in that. Get yourself an air fryer. They're $100.
Yeah.
Okay. Put it in there for whatever 10 minutes, dude. There's your succulent, juicy, flavorful chicken breast. It's not going to upset your stomach. Solved.
Yeah, you're honestly right. I'm gonna get an air fryer today.
Order it
so
now.
Happy to hear that.
Order it now.
I'll order it when I get home.
Come
I
on,
don't
bro.
want to take away
He
from our
is
listeners'
never
time.
going to get an air fryer.
Well, you got to
No,
talk
I
to
actually will.
your Best Buy rep will be able to get
My
you
Best
the
Buy
best
rep
deal.
will put me in touch. I'll get a good deal on it.
Your Best Buy rep will look out.
I do, because that's really what it is. It's just I'm just sick of eating out.
I can't wait for you.
Uber
But are you
Eats.
eating out or
No,
are you
I'm ordering.
You're ordering in?
Yeah, I hate.
You
Ordering.
hate eating out.
No, I just don't. I hate ordering. I don't like. I don't know. I'm just sick of ordering food. I'm sick of
Sash
my
will
food
not
coming in
eat
a
out.
fucking bucket.
You're also spending a ton of money doing that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how much.
No,
money
You're
I'm
like
spending
French
more.
Montana.
It's where most of my money is going.
I know. I'm gonna cook for you up on Sunday when you come
that'll
up
be
to my
so
place
nice.
upstate for our.
What are you gonna make him?
Man,
about
I'm
some
already
fish?
thinking about the menu. So he's a tough guy to cook for because, pretty much 98% of edible food causes him stomach issues.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the doctor.
It's the Lyme disease.
It's probably the Lyme, honestly.
What about some trout with a farro or something like that?
What if we caught
like
some
a
trout and
couscous.
cooked it up?
Yeah,
Can we catch and keep though?
Yeah, well, I'd have to look at the regulations.
just fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Should we look the other way? Should we?
Why? Why don't you know about that?
If you keep fish that you are not allowed to keep, the punishments for the consequences are.
What they won't let you go into the wild and fish?
Yeah,
Well, what if you just do?
and they'll seize your gear.
Oh
Why
no!
don't you just get
the
some-
game warden won't let me fish in this 400,000 acre wilderness.
Yeah, with like 3 public access spots.
Okay.
They just camp out at those spots.
But what happened to this land is your land, this land is my land?
It's not
Eminent
real.
domain. You ever heard of that?
What about manifest destiny? You ever
Well,
hear
the
of that?
thing that's cool about fly fishing is that a lot of states, the rivers are the actual water. It doesn't actually really help me whatsoever because I wade. I don't have a boat. I would have loved to get a boat though. But
Francis, can we maybe sort
We
this
can get
out?
a boat. We can do boat. You want to do a boat?
I would like to get a boat. But it
When's
actually
your
is
birthday
kinda
again? It's
cool.
March? No,
No,
yeah,
it's April.
April.
But the water in a lot of states is you can own both sides of it, but you can't own the actual river. So you
Right.
could float through someone's private property.
what if we're
In like Montana.
What if we're on like a log?
Yeah, that would probably count.
Just rolling.
You just can't be on the bottom of the
Inner tube?
what?
Could you tube?
Yeah, you could tube it.
We could tube it?
Yeah, you could tube it. That's like have you ever seen those?
Buddy, you and me this weekend? Tube.
No, but have you ever seen like the fly fishing tube floats?
Would you be comfortable sharing a tube?
No.
Why not?
You just kind of straddle your legs
How
around
the
each
fuck
other?
does that work?
I don't know. I'll be on one side, you're on the other. It's fine.
That's an arachnid. Just 8 legs sticking out of a tube.
They make tubes. It's just a straight up tube.
Two
with
tubes?
like a thing that you sit in, like a kid on like a high chair.
Yeah, I've seen
And,
that.
and they sit in it, and dudes just float down the river fishing, with just like sitting in this.
That
little
sounds like
mini
heaven.
boat.
That sounds
awesome.
amazing. You just piss yourself when you have to
Yeah.
go?
I love it.
It's so nice to piss yourself.
I gotta get one of those.
We're going to do that this weekend.
That's hilarious though. Getting out of the water in that thing must be so funny. Just with the fucking donut around you.
I can't wait to hang out with you this weekend.
Where do people hide the fish that they are keeping but they don't want the game warden to see?
A lot of those
like
tubes have a hidden compartment.
a hidden bubble in
Yeah.
the tube or
It's
something
a-
like that?
Everyone's like, oh, is that a bookcase in the back of your tube? No.
I don't know.
You just have a bunch of immature fish.
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to. Like I think the consequences are large.
Well, why don't you buy fish from a local fish market? Then buy some trout and some nice dark rainbows, and you fucking maybe some farro or couscous,
Yeah.
or small grain,
Grain bowl.
and some grilled up vegetables, and maybe a tzatziki,
Ooh. I
Doesn't
like
that
the way
sound
this is coming together nicely.
a white sauce
Hairball,
tzatziki.
how do you feel about asparagus?
I like asparagus,
Yeah?
but I will say I'm not positive that I'm going to go to your house yet.
Come on, bro. You guys have
I
plans.
feel like
Why
we're
you're
moving pretty quick here.
Pulling the rug on me on the pod.
I feel like we're moving really fast. on
Totally
this
agreed while we were
conversation.
texting, and then now all of a sudden we're planning it out, and you're getting cold feet. Was it the tube?
It was the tube.
Felt like it might have been the tube.
No, I just got a lot. I got a lot between now and then.
Well, you're crashing from your fast.
Well, I'm getting a little sleepy.
You're gonna come up on Monday for one night. That's it, and then we'll drive on Tuesday.
No, go up Sunday.
He can come up Sunday.
I
Record an
can't.
emergency pod from up there. Record a bonus ep from up there.
We can do
Just you
bonus
guys were like,
On the tube?
oh my, that's heaven. But I'd say a dinner episode too, maybe. You just set up the most powerful weapon you have, 2 Rode mics just facing each other's face. Or even set up the laptop, record on both of your phones, just the clanging of, you don't even have to say a word. Just the utensils hitting the plate would be nice.
I'm trying to think of
Wouldn't that be a fucking vibe? Candlelit dinner, Francis's place. God, that sounds nice.
I didn't know you were going on Monday.
Well, he could go on Sunday.
I'm going to be there on Sunday. We're going to drive on Tuesday.
Got it. I might be able to do that.
Yes!
I definitely. Well, I'm still not saying I got to figure that out.
That's a commitment.
I'll tell you on Monday morning.
You're coming.
1 week from today.
But you got to come up in time in the afternoon for us to be able to go fishing.
Yeah, that's kind of the deal. That's like the tough part.
What do you mean?
How long is that train ride?
It's like an hour and a half.
It's 2 hours.
An hour and a half.
Well, it's an hour and a half, and I'll get you in Poughkeepsie. That's an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. You could stop by New Paltz.
2 hours.
Take the train from Grand Central to Poughkeepsie. I'll come get you.
And then you stop at New Paltz. Oh, my God. You go to the
Here with me. And then
Wildflower Farms. Maybe pick something fresh up in New Paltz.
Mm-hmm.
An Auberge Collection Hotel.
I have to go. I'm going to Lake Placid directly from the Ryder Cup.
Okay. So I don't know what you want me to do about that.
How are you going to get me there?
Right.
To Lake Placid.
Get
him a black car.
Will you be driving me?
I shan't.
Some kind of black car, I think, would be nice.
Why are you going to Lake Placid?
To film.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Well, you could leave your stuff with someone who's coming back to the office, right? And lighten your load a little bit.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. How were you planning to get from
Fly.
Hamden to Lake Placid?
Fly.
And what does that mean? You're talking like
What
Springfield
airport?
Airport to Ithaca?
Yeah, probably.
Is that There's no way that's a flight. What are you talking about? That's going to be 7 legs.
No, I'll probably go.
You're going to have to fly to Chicago, Denver, down to Atlanta, and then up to fucking Ithaca.
I'll probably go from Boston to somewhere upstate.
Wait, how many days is the Ryder Cup?
Uber.
We have to be there on Tuesday,
And then I think it's still Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
I thought
Thursday night we're done.
when is the dozen final?
Thursday.
Well, this isn't live.
But so there's going to be people who play in the Ryder Cup all day and then go
It's
to the
not
fucking
this week.
dozen.
It's next week.
I know. That's when the dozen final is.
Yeah.
In
On
Boston.
what? Friday?
It's
I
Friday.
think it's I thought it was Thursday. It's
either
Friday?
Thursday or Friday.
It's got to be Friday.
Because I remember someone was telling me about that.
It's got to be
Fights.
Friday. Because, but I will say that Friday is our rain day.
It is, yeah.
So if there's
there's
a
a
rain
rain
delay
day.
on Wednesday or Thursday, and boy, oh boy, we've had a lot of rain, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but like rain, I assume we're gonna, we're straight up not playing at all in the rain because the cameras. I'm assuming
I don't know. I don't really work.
that
for
would
that
make
part of
sense. Well, because I was
Barstool.
gonna say if it it would have to rain a lot for us to fully not play. But I guess if there's cameras involved,
Yeah.
could be a different situation.
I know you like to understand it all.
You ever playing golf in the rain's the worst. Club, you ever lose the club? Thing fucking just like it's like you've never thrown something that far in your entire life.
Yeah. We get rain gloves though. They have rain gloves
yeah.
now. Those are pretty good.
Get them wet.
Yeah, they work
Activate
better
'em.
when they're wet.
Yeah, you gotta activate them. Little trick. You still can lose the club very easily.
Have you ever considered that some of your stomach issues might be a result of the Juul?
Yeah, I have considered that, and energy drinks.
Uh-huh.
I'm working on both of those.
Oh, I started watching this documentary about a cult this weekend.
What's it called?
Love Has Won.
About the LGBTQ community?
Oh no!
Classic.
It has to be about that.
It's about a woman who's she calls herself Mother God.
Oh, yes.
they,
Does it start with like someone being dead or something like that?
She's dead,
Yeah, she's dead at the
and they
start
keep
of it.
her around, her mummified body.
Really?
Yeah, they keep her wrapped up in the bed.
That's crazy.
Keep worshiping her because they don't. At that point, they don't know what else to do. She's totally brought them in and made them dependent on her.
Yeah.
But it's pretty amazing, and I'll say that it doesn't seem that hard to dupe people into becoming a part of your cult.
No.
It really.
Well, I mean, you
doesn't
have
seem
to
that
be
hard.
very sexy.
You just got to find the dumbest, like the right dumb people.
And she just did that on the internet.
Yeah.
And she was creating these really bad kind of fake supplements that people were like drinking as cure-alls for all manner of diseases.
She was just making alpha brain for
But
them.
they were making them more and more sick, right? So that is kind of, to me, like what you do with your energy drinks and your Jewel. You're like, well, this will help my anxiety and my diarrhea.
I think
Wrong.
that
It's
it'd
making it worse.
be so easy for a woman to start a cult as opposed to a man.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
I guess there are more men cult leaders historically,
We
but
could definitely turn this into a cult pretty easily.
you think so?
Son of a boy dad? Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, all you really need is we get a good amount of people that listen every week. We really only need like 10 of them. We could find 10.
What are we trapping them with?
Throw it all away for the son of a boy dad cult.
They're just coming to live here like Fight Club? Like they're just standing on the porch?
Yeah, I think so.
And we're like, you're not fucking ready to be part of Son of a Boy Dad.
Yeah. I think that's what it would be.
Fat boy.
There's this moment where the mother god, she has she has a couple boyfriends, and she calls them, like, one of them, the head guy, is Father God, and then another one, the one who gets kicked down a rung, is Father Multiverse, and Father God is addicted to meth, and he's kind of this bad guy. His name's Jason, and they all hate him because he shows up, and they're all like lovey-dovey and happy, and then he's like, he gets tired of the music they're playing, and he's like, let me play some music. And he puts on metal.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, this is power.
Yeah.
This is power. And they're all like,
music.
And anyway, they don't like him, and he gets addicted to meth, and they leave to get away from him. And then months go by, and everything starts getting better. Or weeks go by, and they all start kind of like, and we're happy again. And then he shows up, and immediately she like takes him back in, Mother God.
Yeah.
And she, at that point, Father Multiverse has been like cozying back up to her. And he's in there, and the Father God walks in, the meth guy, and comes in and like immediately starts kissing Mother God. And it pans over to the Father Multiverse, and he's just like, he's like, okay, I guess he's getting cucked again right in front of my face.
Father God must have the heaviest cock.
Yeah, he does, for sure.
He must put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father God.
Father God must be a bed breaker.
Happy Father's Day.
It's a pretty good doc, I would say. They try to go to Hawaii at one point because they think that's where like they need to heal her because she's really dying, and it's because she's drinking like 14 martinis a day and smoking weed around the clock.
Yeah.
And they go to Hawaii and they start broadcasting from there, and then Mother God announces that she's like the goddess of the volcano, which is a very sacred being to the Hawaiian people.
Yeah.
And as soon as she says that on a live stream, like 100 Hawaiians show up at their door and they're like, get the fuck out of here! You are not the mother of volcanoes! And they kick them out. They kick them out of town. They leave. Pretty cool.
What is this on?
HBO.
Free Hawaii, man.
Free Hawaii.
Got to. That's my cause.
Yeah.
Free Hawaii now. Let Hawaii independently operate. The fucking Howleys coming to take the hotels, buying up all the beaches. Fucking Howleys. I had a friend whose last name was Howley, and he played at Arizona State, and they played against Hawaii in football, and all the fucking Hawaiians just like came behind the Arizona State bench, and they were just yelling at him like, Howley! Howley's like their derogatory term for white people.
It's like their gringo.
Yeah, but
If you
worse.
play sports in Hawaii, I guess if you play out of state, do they go to you or do you go to them?
Probably half and half.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're
Most
playing a
sports
lot
are
of
just
teams
in-state.
on the West Coast.
Oh yeah, but that's still what, a 6-hour flight?
5 plus, yeah.
How many people live in Hawaii? Or on Hawaii, should I say?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. My guess is 5 mil, but that's an absolute
That
guess.
seems
It
high.
could be
I'm gonna
way-
go
I
with
don't think it's that high.
500K.
I'm gonna go with 1.5.
Exactly.
449.
Wow, Francis. Francis is
So they got
back.
a lot of people there.
Yeah,
But how many are Howleys? What percentage are Howleys? And what percentage are natives?
True.
Honolulu's pretty big city.
Built up.
Yeah.
I would hate to go to Hawaii and stay in a fucking high rise, though.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
You can't feel the pono.
No. Got to get out to the salt.
You got to say mahalo to the sun.
Commonly asked, can I live in Hawaii on $3,000 a month? AI overview. No.
Yeah, it's just expensive as hell.
Yeah, I feel like $3,000 a month probably won't get you far in Hawaii.
Poke bowls are like $25.
Income, or is that rent?
That's everything. I think that's all you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, you can't live most places with that.
Yeah, people are thinking they're
You
going
live
and
in
getting a
Maine
deal.
on $3,000 a month.
Yeah. I was thinking big cities.
No.
Delaware. You live like a king in Delaware.
I'm disappointed in Delaware.
Why?
I drove through it recently. I don't know that it deserves to be a state.
You say that about a lot of states, but what
Do
would
I?
take? No. I said you could.
You could, yeah.
What state would assume it? I don't think that. I mean, as a Pennsylvania guy, I don't really want to snatch up Delaware.
Jersey could take it.
Jersey. That would
just be Jersey until you get to Maryland.
Maryland also. I think Maryland and Jersey have the top claims to Delaware.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in New York, Ron?
Like 10 years.
10 years, and then you lived in Pennsylvania for what? 20 years?
Yep.
25.
Yeah, 25. But I lived at Penn State for a few years, but that's in
That's still
Pennsylvania. But it's like different than living in
Philly.
the Philly area.
Of course. Nothing's gonna replicate Philly.
Greatest fucking
The only
place on
place you
earth.
can find Philly is Philly.
They should. It's weird that Delaware doesn't have like the rest of this peninsula.
I know.
The whole Delmarva Peninsula should be its own thing. That Delaware just cuts it in halfway.
Every time I list the 50 states, Delaware is one of the ones I forget.
Yeah.
Always.
Delaware,
And New Mexico.
you think Delaware's cool because it has no sales tax. But
Yeah.
they just raise their prices of all their goods
Yeah.
to make up for that. It's not like you're getting a deal.
Great wild browns in Delaware.
Are there?
Yeah.
Wow. What part?
Downtown.
You got to go down to Delaware and see what it's really about.
I did some really good fishing in Delaware. It was sick.
When'd you go down there?
I was doing some shows at the port.
Oh, that was when you were in Baltimore. You drove up to Delaware for your fishing?
Yeah.
Where were you? Up Wilmington or slower lower?
Closer to PA.
So Wilmington.
Yeah.
Nice. Slower lower is where it goes down. Fenwick Island. Ooh wee.
My sister might go to Penn State.
I want her to so bad.
We are.
Yeah, we will be.
We are.
We're not yet.
Great fishing by Penn State.
Oh my
Some of the
God.
best in the country.
Mm-hmm.
What is that one river? The President's?
Yeah, the
River?
president's.
What's it called?
Trump's River.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. Dude went there for what? How many years did you go there for?
6. Yeah, Van Wildered out.
Yeah.
Did you go there for 6 years?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I got 2 degrees in 4 years. Snip, snap. In and out.
You did not go there for 4 years.
Bro, check
Lingering.
my transcripts.
You at least were near campus for year 5.
No way.
Yeah. Where were you year 5?
Back in Philly.
No.
Why would I?
You were at what's it called? What's that
Champs.
bar? Champs. You were holding down Champs with your premium card.
Yeah, my clanking fucking members only card.
You still got your members only card?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where my wallet is, but
Did you know Ron had a card that would allow him to skip the line at Champs?
That's cool.
Yeah. You
it's
got
like a
any cards
metal.
that?
It's like a American Express Platinum card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy duty.
I don't have any cards like that, no. Usually I let my face do
Yes,
the talking.
face card is the one. Gets tapped on the
Have fun
shoulder.
waiting in line at Champs. Dumbass.
Yeah. I'll never go there.
Yeah, you will.
I'd like to,
You'll find a way there.
but I'm not going unless I have Roan with his card.
I'd say we'll
Yeah.
all end up at Champs at least one more time in our life.
Oh my God! I mean, once your
Like
sister's
Ron.
at Penn State,
Yeah.
We're going to be going up there doing shows. We're going to be doing the Bryce Jordan Center.
My dumb brother and his 2 podcast co-hosts are here this weekend. Oh,
We're gonna do the stadium.
Beaver
live
Stadium.
podcast. Yeah, at Beaver Stadium.
We'll pack that
Whiteout
bitch
night?
out.
Yeah.
whiteout night.
White-
They'll come from
Yeah.
miles around to see us
Yeah.
cast. Do it in the round.
Ron, were you in a frat at Penn State?
I was not.
Nah, he just hung out with the frat kids. It's cool as fuck.
I mean, it's pretty cool that he wasn't in a frat. I think that's cooler.
You hung out with the hockey team?
No.
I thought you were in like the hockey frat.
No.
You hung out. No, I thought you hung out with. I swear you said you hung out with some sort of sports team. You were
No.
friends with some sort of team.
Maybe you're thinking of Mike, his freshman year. The hockey dorm was the floor above him.
Maybe.
Or we were next door to the
I'm definitely
women's
getting it
like
from
That had to be hell.
women's
Living
lacrosse
below
house.
All those guys who were always walking around in their skates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely walking around. That's like
So
something that would be in like a
loud.
Netflix film.
Yeah.
It's like the hockey players walking around in full uniform uniforms.
God, they're shooting again.
Do you guys ever take your skates off?
It's all slappers too. They never practice their wristers. They
Coach wants us to go pro this year.
All right.
They don't make movies like that anymore.
No, they don't.
All right. I will be in Bridgeton, Delaware, or Bridgeton, New Jersey coming up, and Pole Tavern.
I'm gonna be in the Hamptons for a show, Canoe Place Inn, on July 18th. Just one night, one show. If you're out that way, Long Island, whatever, come out. Tickets at punchup.live/Francis Ellis. Okay.
All right. That's all. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.